Welcome, everybody, to the NeuroSpark. So, there's a verse in Jeremiah that hits me every time that I read it. It says, "The leaders have treated my people's brokenness superficially, as though it were not serious. Peace, peace, they say, when there is no peace." It's such a haunting picture. Religious leaders and teachers minimizing people's pain and struggles, and instead offering shallow reassurance when what people really needed is deep healing and connection. To me, this gets to the difference between sympathy and empathy. Sympathy says something like, "Oh, you poor thing," but it stands at a distance, maybe even feeling sorry, but not really entering the experience of the other people. I've seen it often at funerals and in churches. I almost lost my son when he was 28. He was hit by a car and had multiple TBIs. I didn't know if he'd ever live. And the kind of responses that weren't really helpful were things like, "Hey, Greg, all things work together for those who trust God," or singing "Raise a Hallelujah." I sure don't recall seeing Jesus sing that song in Gethsemane or on Golgatha. Empathy, on the other hand, as Brene Brown puts it, is climbing into the well with someone who's struggling. It's a profound connection, care, and attunement, simply saying something like, "Man, that sucks." And so for 4 weeks after my son's accidents, when we really didn't know if he'd ever walk or even talk, I connected daily with a friend for an hour who just listened and contained all of my emotions: sadness, anger, overwhelm, anxiety, and grief. And not once did he treat any of my suffering or anguish with a band-aid or by saying, "Hey, don't worry about it. It's all going to be okay," because we didn't know. And all that made a huge difference. Sympathy can sound nice on the surface, but empathy is what actually helps. So here's Jeremiah calling out to spiritual leaders who were offering cheap comfort, cheap advice, religious cliches. And if we're honest, we see the same thing today. I heard someone say denial often passes as faith in the church. That stings a little, doesn't it? Because it's true. Too often we minimize people's pain with a Bible verse or a religious cliche. But what people really need and what people really long for and what actually rewires the brain is to be deeply seen, heard, and valued. Just like Jesus did with the woman at the well and caught in adultery. He connected with them with empathy. And when we have that, to have someone say something like, "I hear you, we get you, we got you, we feel the weight of this," that means a lot. And that's what Jeremiah was lamenting the lack of. Leaders were basically saying, "All is well," when nothing was well indeed. They offered shortcuts instead of real presence. But neurochange reminds us that healing does not come through shallow reassurances. It comes through relational experiences. Moments when someone feels profoundly understood, profoundly safe, and understood and accepted. As I think about it, how often I'm tempted to give someone advice, fix their problem, or just kind of quickly reassure them because it takes too much time. The most powerful moments in my coaching aren't when I have the right words, they're when I attune, when I enter their well with them and simply stay present. That's when people feel safe enough to let go of shame, face their fears, and discover a deeper peace that's real, not manufactured. So here's my challenge to you today. Do not settle for shallow sympathy. Don't minimize wounds with a quick peace. Instead, practice empathy. Climb into the well with someone. Offer your heart, your listening ear. Because when you do, you're not just giving cheap comfort, you're helping bring about the kind of healing that Jeremiah longed for, the kind of healing that lasts, the kind of healing that Jesus wants for all of us. Thanks so much for joining us today, and I look forward to hearing your responses. Take care. Bye now.